and welcome to the first Women's Supa-Liga match of the afternoon as we approach the evening. Here we have the West Coast Cobras up against the Cockburn Wolves. Lineups for either side. We have for the West Coast Cobras in net, number 1, Annie Farrell. Number 12, Frankie Murray-Hocking. Number 8, EJ Silva. Number 7, Elise Clemenson. Number 22, Crystal Brook. Number 10, Samantha Brady. Number 9, Tatum Spencer. And number 3, Sarah Ranieri. For the Cockburn. For the Cockburn Wolves, we have number 10, Mariana Tabane. Number 3, Brooke Burdett. Number 6, Rain Farido. Number 8, Alyssa Van Hurick. Number 27, Georgia Corley. Number 12, Joy Muthius. Number 4, Claudia Heinzel. Number 11, Caitlin Mohan, who is in net. And number 21, Ella Mastrantiono. Sorry if we've butchered any of those names. We get underway here at Subiaco Futsal. It's a big clash for either side. West Coast Cobras, they're coming off a big victory last time out against the Andinas. And for the Cockburn Wolves, as we just have a look, as they have a chance here on the break. Tabane from distance, well saved Farrell. As we just look at the Cockburn Wolves, they are sitting in second position on the ladder. But they do have a game in hand on the Western Devils, who have been the team to beat this winter season. As last time out, Cockburn Wolves are coming off a bye. So we'll like to see how they respond after a break. And the West Coast Cobras, they are sitting now in third position after that win to the Andinas. And it looks like the top 4 will be cemented. And now it will just be who finishes in those positions, with the Andinas unfortunately missing out on a finals berth after that grand final appearance last summer season, as the Cockburn Wolves happy to gain a possession, but that was well seen out of play by Elise Clemenson. Heinzel out wide to Tabane. Back to Mastrantiono. Now Heinzel tries to play inside. Well read there by Brady. And eventually rolls out of play. Side ball Tabane. Into target of Heinzel. She looked to play it wide. Sorry, Van Hurick rather. She looked to play it wide, but Heinzel hadn't made that run. She'd checked backwards. And Cobras to get us back underway. Hocking, now Silva. Wide to Clemenson. Into Brady. So the chip down the line. Well read there. Mastrantiono, happy to see that one out of touch. Silva into Brady. Wide to Hocking, and that ball over the top, a bit wild. Runs out of play.
Elise, good idea. Frankie, next one.
And now, Cockburn Wolves back in possession. Played into Van Hurick. Back wide, great touch. Inside Benstrano, and eventually it's a loose pass backwards, and Silva pounces on the counter-attack. It's a 3v2, but well checked back there by Van Hurick. And Silva happy to reset to Brady. Good footwork, but Tabane sees it out of play. Back to Brady. Wide to Clemenson, chip ball down the line, well read. And now the Wolves back on the ball. Tabane, neat back roll. They're building here, the Wolves. It's funneled out the back, but now it's the West Coast Cobras' turn to attack. A delightful ball, but well read there. Heinzel. And as we change hands in possession, it is end to end. And eventually it just rolls out of play for the West Coast Cobras. Brady. As we see Spencer check on for her first stint of the match. And checking out, you had Hocking. Brady. Back to Spencer. Brady now. Clemenson for the run, but it's well read there by Van Hurick. Just keeps it in play. Good pressure there, Silva. Heinzel collects. Delightful ball around the corner. Can this make it 1-0? Well defended. Menstrano goes for the flick. Again, well intercepted, but Tabane with the scraps, but Spencer. That was well worked, and she composed under the press, and now she's just looking to find some space in behind, but that pass goes astray, but well reacted. She sees it away from danger. However, back for the Cockburn Wolves. This is a big match for the Cockburn Wolves. If they do win, they will go 1 point behind the Western Devils, who are yet to have their bye in the second half of this winter season. And that, despite congestion, it's ended up in the back of the net somehow. As we'll just have a watch of the replay. No one really expected that one. It was a cross into the box and got past one and just, yeah, it was a cross into the box, deflected, and it finds the back of the net. Well done there by the Cockburn Wolves. They were building, applying the pressure on the Cobras, but it was unlucky to concede a goal like that. We'll see how the Cobras react. Still early in this contest. Plenty of time left on the clock as Brady looks for that pass across into Brooke, but it gets intercepted as Spencer reads that ball across and now skips past one. Still on the ball, holding it up well. And eventually back to Brooke. Now Spencer into Brady. They're rotating here, the Cobras. Chip down the line to Silva. Good first touch into Brooke. She can try and play it wide. She does to Spencer, who goes for the near post. Maybe should try to find the back post run of Silva. Just couldn't get the right connection on the ball. And now Mohan gets us back underway into Tabane. Down the line, Van Hurick. Good turn, flicks it wide. Pass into Tabane, back to Menstrano from distance. Good save, Farrell. And now Spencer just mops up the danger, but it goes right back to Tabane. She squares it, back to Tabane, and somehow they haven't found the back of the net. Just shy of the post as Ranieri checks back on. Now Ranieri holding it up well, but eventually gets dispossessed. The Wolves have been dominant so far. Heinzel back to Depayne. Played wide. Well read there by Ranieri. Tries to find Brady, but then Tabane again. But Ranieri, she reacted well. Regains possession for the Cobras. And that ball into Spencer just wasn't good enough. She couldn't find the right touch, and it rolls out of play. Wolves happy to just keep the ball off the Cobras. They are applying that slight pressure, but Cockburn Wolves just waiting for their moment to pounce, and maybe this is it, but no. Just wide of the post, out for a corner, goal ball. Brooke now hocking. Back to Ranieri. Wide to Spencer. Gets almost dispossessed, but Ranieri's happy to clean up the scraps. To Tabane. Resets. Estrano now wide. Cockburn Wolves, they're doing well here. They're building. Can they double their advantage? Not on this occasion. Burdette, flick across, rolls out of play. Brooke, chip ball over the top. Well dealt with there by Tabane. Spencer back to Brooke from range. Got a touch on that one. Did Mohan out for a corner ball. It was just dipping at the last second. It's hocking from range. The shot never going to challenge anyone, but the Cobras still regain possession. Brooke tries to play wide, but gets intercepted, and Brooke checks out for Clemenson. Ranieri, Clemenson, back to Ranieri. Flick down the line, delightful for Hocking. She keeps possession well. Back to Ranieri. Flick down the line. Just rolls out of play. So now we see the timeout sheet being called for the West Coast Cobras. Tabane, flick over the top. It's found the target. Wide, Van Hurek, great footwork, skips past one. And Ranieri sees it out of play, but it will be a Wolves ball. From range, well saved there by Farrell. Sees it out of play. Corner ball. To Tabane, back to Van Hurek, great first touch, Farrell saves. Mastrano comes out to collect, but bit of aerial ping pong, but then eventually Tabane, great footwork. Van Hurek try to find the back post run of Tabane. Couldn't find it. As now we have a timeout for the West Coast Cobras. We'll be back with you just after this break. We are now back underway after the timeout. Just maybe to calm things for the West Coast Cobras. They are only one goal down. They have had a few chances, but you can just feel that the Cockburn Wolves are just moments away from finding that second and even that third and putting the game to bed. But at the moment, they're only one goal to the good. We'll see if the Cobras can capitalise on more of their opportunities that they're creating and maybe find that equaliser and that winner. But so far, it's anyone's game. Good interplay there by Hocking and Clemenson. Trying to play back to Clemenson, but well tracked there by Moithius. And now, great interchange of passes between the Wolves. Mastrano, now Moithius gets intercepted by Spencer. Can she find the back of the net? No, she can't. Great save there by Mohan. Again, Spencer. Mohan clears. And those were the chances that we're talking about for the West Coast Cobras. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Hocking. Now Ranieri plays that ball around the corner, but no one was on the save. No one was on the same wavelength as her. Tabane out wide. Chip ball over the top, finds Moithius. Can she find the back of the net? Great shot, but well cleared by Murray. And then Mastrano's shot over the bar. As now Farrell goes long. Well headed away there by Tabane. Silva into Hocking. Chip ball over the top. Delightful. Tabane again clears. Wolves happy to just keep possession here. Strano into Moithius. Resets to Tabane, but great challenge there by Hocking. And she's found some space in behind. And that will be a foul against Burdett. We'll see what the West Coast Cobras can create from this free kick on the right-hand side of the court. Big opportunity for them. Hocking and Brady over the free kick. You can just feel that Brady's just going to have a shot. She does. It was a great ball to the back post, but Silva had just made that inside darting run. Unlucky on that occasion, the Cobras, but that's better since the timeout. They've improved. Applied more pressure on the Wolves, been more physical, created more opportunities. It is to note that if the Cockburn Wolves do get the victory this evening, they will only be 1 point behind the Western Devils, who don't play today. They do have the bye. And then that sets up next weekend's two mat clashes to be exhilarating. As now here's a chance. Silva goes for the shot. Well cleared, Moithius. But as I was saying, if they do win, they will only be 1 point behind the Western Devils. And those last match day clashes will be ever more important. So we'll see what transpires in this match and next week. But to the matters at hand, we've got Cobras applying more pressure on the Cockburn Wolves. And now the Wolves back in a spell of possession of their own. As I say that, Brady intercepts well. Down to Silva. This is the opportunity. Well saved by Mohan. Mohan rolls it out for Tabane. Now, Farrido, Tabane, Burdett, Tabane. Delightful ball over the top. Moithius goes for the shot, side netting. Farrell will get us back underway. And now the Cobras back in possession. Brady. Delightful ball around the corner. Silva keeps it in play. Good first touch. Tries to skip past Farida, but wins herself a corner ball. Brady from the corner. Back to Silva. Tabane. Wide to Moithius. Farrido, Burdett, back to Farrido. Wide Burdett. Back to Farrido. Getting pressed now from Brooke. But still in possession, the Cockburn Wolves. Brooke, back to Silva. Now Brady. Flick down the line. Brooke, seen out of play by Tabane. Shot from Clemenson, miles over the bar. Long ball, looking for a target, intercepted there by Clemenson. Now into touch for Brady. Back to Brooke, then around the corner to Brady. Reset to Clemenson, who shoots again, but that's 2 in 30 seconds. Miles over the crossbar. Well defended there by Clemenson. Moithius, wide to Heinzel. Back to Moithius. Burdett, back wide. Van Hurick. Back to Heinzel. Ball, delightful rather. To Moithius, great footwork. Can she find the back of the net? No, she can't. It hits the post. West Coast Cobras dodged a bullet there. And then well challenged there by Brady. The end of this first half, producing all sorts of entertainment, is now Brady. Another save, Mohan. As eventually Heinzel just cools things down and boots that one long back to Farrell. Silva. Now Brooke. Flick to Brady. Holding it up well and wins herself a side ball. As now Spencer checks on for the last 20 or so seconds. She skips past one, but eventually gets dispossessed. Van Hurick tries to get past Brady, but Brady used her body well. Great physicality shown there. And it runs out wide. Side ball. Again, the West Coast Cobras sloppy in possession. Got to be careful here. But Brady intercepts that well. 3 seconds left on the clock. Can they find the back of the net? Spencer. And she did eventually find the back of the net. Tatum Spencer. Is it a goal? No, it wasn't. Full-time whistle had gone. Thank you for joining us for this first half. We'll be back just after this break.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week at Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Welcome back to the second half of action. So far, the Cockburn Wolves have been the more dominant side, but it isn't to say the West Coast Cobras haven't had their chances. Obviously, Spencer scoring at the end of that half. However, the full-time whistle had gone, so a bit unlucky on that occasion. But West Coast Cobras, they are building here. So we'll see what transpires in this second half of action. Could honestly go either way. Still plenty of time left. Ball down the line for Tabane. Well read there by Brady. Luckily not to have injured herself. Did well. Into Tabane. Back wide. Mastrano. Into Van Hurek. Good first and second touch. Still going. Goes for the shot. Well saved. Farrell. To be fair, though, it was straight at her. Back to Brady. Wide to Spencer. Flicks it wide to Silva. Into Ranieri. Tabane wide to Mastrano. Then Van Hurek, good footwork, but Brady, which has been one of the standout performers, in that first half, did well defensively. Ferrito, wide to Van Hurek. Again Brady, denying the Cockburn Wolves any opportunity on attack. No foul called, and now Ranieri. The pass to Spencer was on, but she just couldn't execute to the back post. As now Brady again intercepts the long ball from the Wolves, and eventually it rolls out of play for the West Coast Cobras. Ranieri. Now Spencer. Back to Ranieri. Into Brady. It looks like they're struggling to handle Ranieri's physicality as a target, but she does like to drop in sort of that 4-0 rotation. I don't know if it does play to her strengths, but we'll see how it affects the gameplay for the West Coast Cobras. Tabane. Ranieri again, sloppy in possession. Now Mastrano skips past Brady, but Brady did well to get her body in between her and the ball, and then Ranieri comes in and wins herself a free kick. Brady back to Silva. Then Brady flick around the corner, didn't find anyone, but well read there by Spencer. Is it wide? Silva. Chip ball over the top. Doesn't come of anything, and Mastrano. Happy to see that one out for a side ball. Spencer. Into Silva. Then Brady. Goes for the shot. Just wide. Now the Cockburn Wolves back in possession. Mastrano into touch. Here comes Tabane. Couldn't get anything of it, and Ranieri happy to see that one down the line, out of play. Then Hurek. Back to Mastrano. Into Tabane. Mastrano. Flick down the line. Sloppy touch into Farrell. She decides to go long. And eventually it bobbles through. Can Hocking find the back of the net? No, she can't. Her touch just a bit sloppy. But then she reacts well. Pressing hard on Ferrito. Well done there by Hocking. Wins herself a side ball. Brady looking for the back post. Well dealt with there by Mastrano out for a corner ball. Mohan elects to go long. Good hold-up play. Van Hurek did well. Plays it out to Tabane. Delightful ball, just intercepted, but Farida, can she find the back of the net? No, she can't. Farrell happy to collect that one. Now Hocking flicks it down the line. Well read there, Mastrano. And now on the break, flicks it wide, but not on the same wavelength as any of her teammates. As Clemenson is now back on for Brady. Her first stint of the second half. Silva played inside to Clemenson. Good rotation this by the Cobras. As Clemenson elects to go down the line. Farrido did well defensively. No foul called, but it will be a Cobras side ball, I do believe. Down the line. Hocking shot. Doesn't come of anything. Silva into Clemenson, but she gets dispossessed. And that's a double shirt pull. It was a double shirt pull. And it will be a red card from Elise Clemenson. Farrell, big claims from her. And Elise Clemenson has been sent off. And now this is a big opportunity for the Cockburn Wolves to double their advantage. Was a double shirt pull. And the Cockburn Wolves have elected to use their timeout now. And we will be back as it's all kicking off now for the West Coast Cobras. And welcome back. We'll see what the Cockburn Wolves have cooked up from this free kick. But Tabane just elects to shoot. Ranieri sees that one out of play. And now the West Coast Cobras got to hang on here for 2 minutes. Hang on here for 2 minutes and try not to concede a goal. As now there was an opportunity, but Spencer collects. And now Silva going for a run. Back into Spencer. Could they find an equaliser despite all the odds of having an extra lady on the field? It's now Heinzel brings the ball back up into touch. Wide to Tabane. Then Mastrano. Back to Heinzel, who elects to shoot just wide. In for a goalie ball. As Farrell, you'd have to think that she just has to go long, and she does. As the clock ticks down valuable seconds. Mohan back to Mastrano. Played wide. Heinzel to Bain. This is good play from the Cockburn Wolves. But well defended by the Cobras. Out of play. Mastrano drags in the defense and wide, and there it is for the Cockburn Wolves. It was coming, and it is Mariana Tabane that finds the back of the net. 2-0 for the Cockburn Wolves. 11 minutes 10 on the clock, as that was well worked there by the Cockburn Wolves. As now we have a timeout for the West Coast Cobras. We'll be back with you just after this break. And a big shot in it. Michael's going to get the better of Wilson, but then again, and Wilson, big save. And welcome back just after that timeout. We'd like to see what the West Coast Cobras have conjured up. And I tell you what, they elected to go fifth man, and it almost cost them straight away. Hit the side post. Very, very lucky there from the West Coast Cobras, but it might still come with something. But instead now, the Cobras, their opportunity. Spencer's pass. It was just lacking. Spencer's pass just had to find Farrell at that back post, but it was right into Tabane. She read that well, though. Tabane played wide. Flicked down the line. Tabane just made the run, but didn't check her rear view mirrors. Spencer, and now the Cobras will set up their fifth man. Silva. Wide, Hocking into Farrell. Delightful 1-2. Can this be the moment? Hocking, that was it. And another chance goes a-begging for the West Coast Cobras. They've had plenty this match, but they just haven't been able to find the back of the net. As now there's a free runner. No, Spencer has marked up Moithius on the run for the Cockburn Wolves as Tabane flicked down the line. As now Brooke checks on to become the fifth man for the Cobras. Farrell has a quick rest. And the ball down the line. Brooke holds it up well. Back to Brady. There's so much space on the opposite flank, but Brady's pass just goes astray. And now this is an opportunity. Heinz will try to flick it through, but it was just wide. Spencer. Her pass. Sloppy in possession. And then Brooke running back into goal. Sees that one for a corner ball. Ball across Moithius, but it's just into the hands of Brooke. Into Bain, well defended. Sees that one out of play. And it will be a corner ball. So the West Coast Cobras can set up their fifth man once again. There's a lot of space in the middle, but again, Moithius goes for the shot, but again, just wide. You're going to have to say West Coast Cobras are going to have to be more patient using their fifth man. There's passes going straight to the Cockburn Wolves as players going out of play. It's just not good enough at the moment, but this is better. Brady took down Burdett down the line, but again, it just wasn't coming of anything. But the press here, that's better. And Hocking! Looked like she's just going to skip past Mohan and find the back of the net, but Mohan took her down, and it will be a penalty. This is a big moment for the West Coast Cobras. There's still plenty of time left on the clock, and it will be EJ Silva to take the penalty kick. Big moment for the West Coast Cobras. I did say they were sloppy in possession a few times, setting up that fifth man, but eventually on the press, Hocking using her physicality well, and then eventually forces the foul from the Cockburn Wolves. And now, to halve the deficit, it is EJ Silva. Lines it up. And she does! Halves the deficit for the West Coast Cobras. 2-1 on the scoreboard. Well taken penalty there by Silva. Mohan went right. Left, sorry. And Silva went right. So there's still plenty of time left on the clock, but can Moithius double the advantage? Big save Farrell, but on the follow-up! Then Hurick just misses it wide. As we just look at the replay, great save there by Farrell to deny Moithius, and then Hurick just couldn't find the back of the net. It would have been a great response, but maybe this is a great response. Spencer being a bit delicate in possession, and now there's no goalkeeper. Farrell eventually checks back, and then the ball over the top, over the crossbar, and it will be a goalie ball. A bit of ping pong there and far out. West Coast Cobras playing with fire, but it still is only 2-1 on the night. Ranieri into Brady. Wide to Spencer. Switches to Ranieri, but it gets dispossessed. And maybe this is the opportunity, but deflected. And then Burdett on the follow-up. It's over the top of the crossbar. Another missed opportunity for the Cockburn Wolves. And the West Coast Cobras live to fight another day, but again, sloppy on the ball. And Moithius, can she finally find the back of the net? No, she can't. It goes wide. End-to-end action, either side. You have to say this contest is well and truly not over yet. Still 5 minutes left on the clock. Silva down the line. Ranieri gets dispossessed to Bain. And it is a side ball. Ranieri try to play the fifth man and Brooke down the line. But it rolls eventually for Moithius. Burdett plays wide. Great footwork there by Van Hurick. And now on the break, squares Moithius, lays it back to Bain. And what a goal that is! What a team goal that is from the Cockburn Wolves. And they restore their 2-goal lead with 4 minutes 19 left on the clock. As we just have to watch that again on the instant replay. That all started with Van Hurek, played into Moithius, and she just laid it off for Tabane. And Tabane wasn't going to miss from there. And now Spencer sloppy in possession again, but the Wolves just couldn't find the back of the net. And it is a Cobras ball. They can set up the 5th man once again. Silva, wide to Brady. Across to Farrell. Getting pressed hard. And then Farrell eventually gets dispossessed and it's into touch. Well tackled there by Spencer, but eventually it rolls out of play. Tabane, Burdett. Back to Tabane. Then Burdett. That one had just rolled over the touchline. Side ball. Silva. Back to Spencer. Wide to Hocking. Beautiful ball inside. And now Hocking to the back post. It's gone out. Corner ball. Played into Silva. Good footwork, but just rolls out of play. As now Farrido checks back on. Tabane. She's been orchestrating this Cockburn Wolves victory so far. Definitely been one of the standout performers, along with Alyssa Van Hurek, who did well there, but eventually Hocking on the break. Wide, Silva. But eventually, again it was Tabane, who's happy to see that one long. As now Brady gets dispossessed once again. Brady, Silva, wide, Spencer, inside Farrell. And Farrell gets dispossessed. And then Maestrano finds the back of the net for the Cockburn Wolves. And that will seal this contest right up 4-1 to the Cockburn Wolves. And now they move within 1 point of first place. A big victory for them as we enter finals season in a fortnight's time. Brady into Brook, wide to Hocking, chip ball down the line, and eventually out for a corner ball. Back to Brady, who goes for the shot, but it's just far over the crossbar. Mohan goes long, and eventually it trickles in behind, but just a bit too much on that one. As Farrell throws long, but it finds the one Cockburn's Wolves player. But great physicality there shown by Brook. Try to hit it into the back of the net, but good save, Mohan. Brook into Brady. Back to Brook. Now Brady. Then Brook. Then Brady. Inside. Silva. Then Brook. Brady. Silva. Brook. Silva flicked inside. Mohan collects. Happy to just take some seconds off the clock and plays Frito. Chip ball down the line. Maestrano cuts inside. And then to Heinzel, and that one rolls out of play. Farrido wide to Heinzel, but her touch lets herself down. Out for a side ball. Silva, Brady, Silva. Back to Brady. Chip ball over the top. Well dealt with there by Mohan. And now, can the Cockburn Wolves make it 5? No, they can't. They've hit the post again. Really unlucky there by Ella Mastrano. Hocking, now Brooke. Nice back roll to Brady. Rolls out of play. Cockburn Wolves ball. Mastrano. Well defended there by Hocking. Still going, and that will eventually see us for the full-time whistle. At the end of that one, the Cockburn Wolves 4, the West Coast Cobras 1. A great contest, nonetheless, just seen out by a strong Cockburn Wolves side in the final stages. Thank you for joining us, and next up we have the Andinas facing off against the Northern Hawks, so stick around for that one. And now we'll put on the screen the match statistics. Thank you.